2, 3. Everybody, we are back. It is Tape Don't Lie. It is your favorite Raiders podcast, favorite Raiders channel, favorite Raiders everything. You guys already know what to do. Subscribe. If it's your first time here, hit the like button. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. If you like it, leave a comment. If you don't like it, leave a comment as well. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at @TheMarkJohnNFL for me, Marcus Johnson, and at BD Williams 18 for BD Williams. All right, so what we're doing this week, guys, is we got the Eagles, right? We got the Eagles coming into Las Vegas, and make sure you also go to manscaped.com, discount code TDL, right, for all your Manscaped products. And, get ready for the weekend. Thanksgiving's coming up. When you want to look nice, you want to get that shave on for Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get the shave on, you know what I'm saying? Or you got a special lady flying in for Thanksgiving. Manscaped.com will get you right. So make sure you make, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you go there to manscaped.com.
Marcus, you're flying ladies in for Thanksgiving, bro? Is that what I'm hearing from you?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm hearing from you, my guy. Wow.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
Wow.
All right, so you got the Eagles coming into Las Vegas, right? They're 2-4. Raiders are 4-2. I mean, this is a game. The Raiders are favored to win this game. I mean, it's not a huge favorite. The +3 on the on the money line in Las Vegas, the Vegas sports book. So, but they are favored.
+3 only, huh?
Yeah, +3
only. It still must be the Gruden. People are thinking like it's going to catch up to the Raiders. This whole Gruden controversy. Him resigning. So, I think that must be why. I mean, I have seen some Eagles games like live. Broadcast so far this year. They've been playing where I live, and then jumping into the tape, I think that this is potentially a dangerous game or a dangerous team. It's a dangerous team, right? There's moments where the Eagles, not like full game so far, but moments where the Eagles look like, okay, this is legit, this could work, but it's definitely inconsistent for them at this point. But I see a lot of people talking about how this could be a trap game for the Raiders, right? Mm-hmm. And I disagree. Like this, just judging from some of the things that I'm hearing from players so far in these press conferences this week, they're not like they still have something to prove. Like they didn't get the monkey off their back all the way. It's not like they beat a division opponent, but they didn't beat the Chargers, they didn't beat the Chiefs, they beat the Broncos. But they beat the Broncos. They've been doing this so far last couple of years. So I don't think that they have anything in the bank right now and are just like, all right, this is going to be an easy one for us. I don't think that they're thinking that. I don't get that sense from them. That's why I don't consider this a trap game. Still have to kind of get this monkey of the Gruden thing off their backs. Yeah, I agree, and I don't think the Eagles are just a walkover either, especially on defense. I think they can give you some problems if you don't come to play, and you have to have a good game plan to attack them because they got good players. They got some elite players. They got some very good players in certain positions. So, I mean, that's the thing about the Eagles. I think on offense, they're a little bit young. They're really young on offense. And so they're a little easier to control, but the defense can creep up on you. But the offense has been kind of slowing them down because they keep them on the field. Like every game I watch, it was like 45 minutes, 45 minutes of offense for the Eagles every single time. So the Eagles they're on the field a lot. Under 20 minutes or like under 30 minutes of offense for sure. Every single time. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I could tell this defense is on the field a lot, but I think they're a little better than what's going on. But I think they do have some serious holes though. So jump into it because now I'm my interest is peaked here. I want to see this defense. I want to see what you're talking about. I know that they got one of my favorite free agents, Anthony Harris. We were talking about that before the show started. So interested to see what Anthony Harris is all about in this defense.
All right, so let's go ahead and start off with the run defense, which for the Eagles is kind of hit and miss. Let's just say it's hit and miss. All right, so sometimes they can make some plays of defense, but sometimes, you know, with their linebackers, they're a little, it's kind of the weaker position for them. They can leave some serious gaps open. So you can see here, Fletcher Cox controlling that line, allowing 49 to get in there, right? Make a play, that Singleton, make it allow him to get in there and make that play. And you see it here, right? Against the outside zone, get some good push there. But, you know, you don't see it very often, all right? You don't see it very often where you're seeing a lot of great push from this defensive line. But you, like I said, every defensive line, they can stop the run every once in a while. You see them making another big play right there, 98 get in there and making a play. But against the Chiefs and other teams, when they run outside, okay? So when they hit, let's basically say when they hit the C gap, when they run towards the C gap, there is a lot of holes in this defense, okay? So like I said, they attack the C gap. The Raiders have to attack the C gap as well, because look at this. Look at these holes that, you know, CEH is going through, right? The Chiefs don't like to run the football, and those holes are there all game. So you hear C gap again. Leonard Fournette, he's hitting the C gap too, right? Big run, right? 10 plus yards, almost an explosive run right there. And then even the Panthers got some C gap love too, right? Right in the C gap. So that's where the Raiders have to attack. They have to do some outside runs, attacking that C gap, get some outside zone going, mid zone, all those things going where they can attack that gap, and it's wide open for them. So the most dangerous part of this defense is the pass rush. This pass rush is legit. All right. So this is like one of the best pass rushes I've seen on tape. All right. And so first off, we got Josh Sweat. He's going to hit you with one of my favorite pass rush moves, which is called the ghost technique. And he's going to get in there super quick. And Josh Sweat, he is a sack machine. That's what he does. He gets sacks. You see it one more time. That's a nasty ghost technique from Josh Sweat, right? And he will cause problems for a young defensive line. I mean, for all young offensive line. Sorry about that. He's going to cause problems for those guys. I mean, whoever's playing right tackle is going to have an issue with Josh Sweat all game. He has a lot of moves. See him get in there once again and make a play. And then there's Javon Hargraves, they just love to line up on the center and just have him bully people, right? There he is right there, getting a sack. He just basically doesn't say move. He just basically a rip. You know, he clubs, rips right through, right? Here he is once again, lined up inside. Club, rip, right through, boom. And it's quick, so quick. And they got all types of dances. We don't want them doing their dances, all right? That's basically the game plan here, right? Then hit club, rip again, causing pressure, right? And then again against the center, I tell you, so they're gonna line him up on Andre James. So you see him there at nose guard a lot. They line him up against the center, and he uses that club and rip, and he gets sacks. And then you got the old school veteran Fletcher Cox, who's just steady, right? You know, he's just a steady player. He's been doing it for so long. He gets that bull rush, and once he gets that bull rush going, he's gonna get some pressure on you. He's gonna cause some pressure inside. So, I mean, Derek Carr's they're gonna have to get rid of. That's what teams have to do. I mean, even the Chiefs did it. I mean, you know, the Chiefs like to hold the ball a little bit, but they got rid of the ball quick too. So that's what you have to do, because if you're holding the ball, you're gonna get sacked, and you're gonna end up like Sam Darnold. All right, so secondary. The secondary is very legit. I mean, they're very well coached. All right. So you see Darius Slay here. He's in his bag this year, especially being able to play zone and man mixed in. So you see him right there taking down that terrible throw by Sam Darnold. Right. And then watch him here against DJ Moore, man. He just basically mirrors his route. So this is one of the times that they're in cover 3, which you usually don't see that much. But you see right here, watch him mirror the route and just basically just run it for him. Oh, that's mine. Nice anticipation for me, Sam. Right. So Darius Slay, he is legit. All right. So he is everywhere too. And you watch him here. I think this is illegal contact, but I think BD would disagree. But, you know, that's why I like offense. He likes defense, I guess. But and like I said, they're well coached. You watch Anthony Harris here at the top. They're reading everything. Watch him. He covers it. He sees that fleet flicker coming, right? They're breaking down. You're getting nothing deep on this team. I really didn't see any deep explosive plays on tape, like long developing. It had to be like a quick fade, which I'll show you in a second. But there's nothing really long developing in this offense where you're like trying to get deep, because everything has to be quick. So you even see with the Chiefs here. So you have to attack the middle of the field, play action, boom, quick out of his hand. A lot of play action attacking the middle of the field, because they play middle of the field open, and they kind of play it literally. All right. So here's the dagger concept. Tom Brady here, play action, dagger concept, middle of the field, wide open, boom, right? Raiders have dagger in it. They run that concept a lot. And you'll see it here off the quick blitz, right? 4 verts. They're gonna blitz, middle of the field, wide open here. Great anticipation by Patrick Mahomes. Bam, quick, boom, right? So that middle of the field is wide open, okay? And then if you want to attack downfield, like I said, you got to do a quick fade. So you get this ball out of your hand quick, boom. And you know, that's something Greg Olsen loves to do too, is out of 3x1s, those quick fades. And then, like I said, you get them matched up on a linebacker. You're like, they got Tyreek Hill in the 3x1, easy, easy, easy. So the middle of the field is wide open, right? You just kind of got to avoid the outside, and you got to avoid the deep posts, crossers, those type of things, because Anthony Harris, you know, he's questionable. He's going to be all over that. But this team does not play screens, which I think is crazy. The craziest thing that I've been watching is they don't play swing routes or screens at all. Like, that's all you really have to do. I mean, I think Patrick Mahomes' depth of target was like 4 yards against the Chiefs. They put up 42 points because they basically just screened them to death. You see the swing route right here, and it's just easy. They throw a swing route, easy yards for the Bucs. Robert Jones, boom, get some blocking out there. Easy 10, easy 12. We got another screen, Antonio Brown here. Wide receiver screen, wide open, boom. Good, 15, 16 yards there. We got another screen here, McCole Hardman. Boom. Oh, first down. First down. Oh, we got another screen here, tight end screen. After play action. Raiders used to run this play right to Darren Waller. Boom, right? There's Darren Waller in space. See that? He's a lot faster than OJ Howard, guys. So those screens are, I couldn't believe that's the craziest thing when I was watching this. I couldn't believe like how they just refuse to play screens. Like,
yeah, interesting.
Like that's gonna be wide open, and they're playing a guy who helped innovate the screen in Purdue in 1999 with Drew Brees, Greg Olsen. So we're going to see some wide receiver screens this week. I think we're going to see some creative ones. To be honest. That's what I expect. So
I like that. I like that you're going to go ahead and put your stamp on that right now. I definitely expect to see that. You know, you heard from Olsen in the press conference. He was kind of he was shrugging it off like it was a big difference, but it certainly is a big difference. You know, the attention to detail on some of these screens. I think we're going to see, much like how Gus Bradley uses blitzes sparingly, but they'll be effective, you know, and it'll be like something different. It won't, you know, or something that the offense wasn't expecting. I think it's going to be the same thing for the screen game. They're going to find the right screen package to get in each week. Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, and I think it's going to go to Bryan Edwards. I mean, that would be a smart one. I think he has that big screen ability, because I think he has a lot of after the catch ability that, you know, he could take that ball, and I think he could take it to the house. I mean, he's that type of dude, like with the right screen, the right blocking, he could take it to the house. He'll break some tackles, and make it happen. So if you get him in space on some of those screens, I mean, we saw it a few times last year. We saw it, I mean, even this year against the Dolphins, you get him in space with a good screen, man. It's a good 12 yards, but he's a lot faster than people think. Like, I mean, he's at like 20 miles per hour the other day. Yeah. You know, because he never ran a 40, right? We never found out how fast he was. So I think he's a lot faster than people think. I mean, there's always that play in Missouri too, where you
the Missouri. I was gonna say the Missouri play, the screen that was filthy, right? So right? For sure. I think the after the catch ability or whatever that he has is going to be, a lot of it is just breaking tackles. He's a tough tackle, right? Like it's easier said than done tackling a guy who's 6'3", 215, 220, you know, who can run fast and everything. But you know, it's about getting the right blocking. I don't know how shifty that's going to translate from college to like now in the NFL. I don't know how shifty he's going to be, but you know, definitely want to see his name get called for that.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you know, that's the game plan, man. They got to attack the middle of the field. They got to attack, you know, attack right at those linebackers, and I think they got to run in the C gap, bro, and you know, get a lot of outside runs, maybe get some pin pull sweeps going, you know, so things like that. You know, get outside and make these linebackers work. So I think that's really got to be the game plan for what they really want to do in this game. Is they got to attack those linebackers, and they got to get outside, because if they don't do that, then you know, they try to attack these corners. I don't think it's gonna be a long day. Steven Nelson's not he's not a slouch either as a cornerback. So I mean, they're pretty good they got a pretty good tandem back there. But Anthony Harris is questionable. Who knows if he's going to play? So we'll see.
Yeah. I think there's going to be some problems that the just like the different type of mismatch options that the Raiders have,
Yeah.
Hopefully we see that continue to grow, and they are able to be one of the few teams that is going to be able to throw deep against the Philadelphia defense,
Yeah.
just based off of them scheming up some of these, positive matchups for them in the past.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree.
All right. Let's transition then to Philadelphia's offense. And like I said, watching them on the broadcast and just like going through the film, there's certain points in each of these games where the offense does some magic and keeps this football team at least in a close game or striking distance, So we'll go over that.
Okay, let's do that.
All right. So first things first, when they're running the ball, they are an option run team. Okay, you see Jalen Hurts here. Okay, their linebacker gets up out of there, so he gives it. Easy as that. Make that guy wrong. They like running a lot of optioning guys off. Here we go. We got linebackers draw in. We got a big space over here. We're gonna RPO this, and they love the RPO game. This is one of their favorite concepts to move the ball short. Okay. Now you also got Jalen Hurts here. He's a run option as well. They can do the run options, not just the run pass options. So something that the Raiders are going to have to contend with. Now, this is a team that loves to run screens, okay, on offense. It's a big part of their game. Easy completions, getting Jalen Hurts in the rhythm of the game. They run tons of screens. I think often you'll see one of their guys break some kind of tackle, make a solid gain, but they're not spectacular. It's a big part of what they do, but they're not great at it, I would say. Now, this is the same angle. You see that smoke motion, right? You see like a little play action. He makes one guy miss, but it's like a 6-yard thing, but they do it a lot. Now in the drop back game, okay, they're gonna horizontally stretch defenses, meaning they love crossing routes, they love wide routes, they love a misdirection in the backfield here to go along with the crossing route, full flood here. Play. They love attacking outside the numbers, especially getting Jalen Hurts on the move. They even have 2 crossers going in the same direction. They love crossing routes. It's a huge part of this offense. And when there's a crosser, that means that's where Jalen Hurts is going. Okay. Anytime that there's a crossing route, that's his number one read, and he's trying to get the ball there. So it's obviously a huge tendency. They got to be able to do something about it. You see against a zone team here or a zone look here, the backside guy, when he recognizes that crosser, he's able to nail down on it and not turn everything into a race, into a man-to-man chasing with the crossers. So that's what the Raiders are going to have to do. They're going to have to come up with an adjustment. Now, the vertical pass game is something that they really struggle with. Okay. I heard Rich Bisaccia say that Jalen Hurts throws a pretty deep ball. I would disagree with that. This team is really, really struggling. You see him try to look the safety off, but he just throws the ball so far inside right there. It's a huge no-no. You would think that he wouldn't be doing that at the NFL level. And he has 3 interceptions on fade balls this year, Jalen Hurts, which is like the most in the NFL, and he has like the 9th most attempts in the fade ball. So he's not very good. Now, what he is good at, though, the Hurts factor, all right, getting out of the pocket and throwing across his body. All of a sudden, Jalen Hurts turns into a viable quarterback. He's got some special ability when it comes to, look at this, one-handed snag. Okay, get outside the pocket, throw across his body. Okay, into the end zone for a score. Okay, Jalen Hurts has. He's got some intangibles here that you really can't coach. He's like a backyard style quarterback. Okay, you give him an opening, he's gonna take it. He's gonna take that crease from you. It's a big part of his game, and he'll also stand in the pocket here. He's a tough guy. He'll get clobbered. He's not afraid of contact. Deliver shots, deliver strikes downfield. So Jalen Hurts, there's a chance that he could hurt you, right? There's going to be inconsistencies, and I think there's equal amount of chances, or maybe more so, for the defense to also get takeaways and make the offense make mistakes.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think that you kind of really explain this offense. They're not very vertical, really horizontal. They do a lot of short things, a lot of short movements. They really don't try to, attack you and, like the Raiders do and look for super explosive plays. They try to play a lot of control football and try to, kind of play like the Colts used to. Because I mean, that's kind of how the design is. They kind of want to play like they're the Colts. They want to be that ball control, play defense, stop the deep ball on the other side, play cover 6, cover 4, cover 2 on the other side, and also, on the offensive side, play ball control, try to, pass and, do some short passes and do all that little vertical, horizontal stuff. But I mean, they just don't run the football, which I think was super interesting. I mean, you didn't show any runs really, which I mean, you did show the read option a little bit, but you didn't show like a run game where like you would think it would be super developed. I mean, you would expect a more, with how this team is set up, you would expect more of a power game, I guess.
Yeah, they don't have. I don't think that they have a lot of volume in terms of like the little different blocking schemes. You're not going to see a team that's going to come out all of a sudden and run like a whole bunch of different blocking schemes like the San Francisco 49ers. Like, no, that's not what this team is about. But the run game always has an option on it, right? Like, it's like not always, but like it's rare, honestly, to see them not have like an RPO built off of the inside zone, right? And so at that point, half their run game turns into the pass game. Mm-hmm. Like there's so much RPOs going on here. So there's a good chunk of like what they're running that just turns into a pass anyways. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely not a strength of theirs. I think that their guards aren't great. I've seen them kind of blow a lot of blocks throughout these games. So we'll see if Solomon Thomas, Quentin Jefferson, our guys, Darius Philon, Damian Square, if these guys can, continue playing at a high level, because I think the guards aren't very good there. Yeah. The other thing that I was going to tell you about, Jalen Hurts has this weird tell, okay, where, and I've never seen a quarterback do this to the extent that he does it, where he'll crouch down before the ball is snapped. Have you noticed that? Like he is like crouching down almost into like a full squat. I've never seen a quarterback receive the ball like every play the ball is snapped and this guy is like so low. Like how can you do that? You should get the ball high. Like you need to see the defense, right?
Yeah.
And he does, and I think he's like trying to fake you out, where he'll bend his legs a little bit and then come back up, and then bend his legs a little bit, come back up. But when he like gets into that full squat, I think Max Crosby, Yannick Ngakoue just guess the gun, guess the snap. They're gonna get a couple offsides for sure this game, like trying to guess that, but it's gonna result in a sack and a quick win where they beat the offensive tackle off the ball, because he's telegraphing when the ball's coming out, essentially. Like you don't see him standing up straight, right? And then, having his hands up and just being like a statue before the ball comes out. Like, no, there's like so much movement back there. I think he's giving it away, honestly.
Yeah, that's super interesting. That's a good catch, man, because that would be a huge tell, especially for NFL teams, bro. I mean, you can't do that.
Yeah, like these pass rushers. Oh yeah, you think Yannick Ngakoue is not going to try to guess the gun? He's going to get like 2 offsides penalties for sure this game.
Yeah, he also might get some sacks out of it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially, I mean, he's going to be a hard man to take down, though. I think that's going to be the big thing. They're going to have to find a way to play a little contain. I mean, you got to contain him. You want to keep him in the pocket. You might want to force him. I think you'd rather him like slow rush him and make him play in the pocket and hold your lanes. I think that's got to be a big thing. Like I don't think Max and them. I mean, maybe this PFF grade won't be great this week and it might fall, but I don't think they should be worrying about like trying to just like come hard on these lanes at all. Like even if it's 3rd and 11, I think they should make him play from the pocket, make him read the field, and make him play quarterback. I think that's the type of game they have to do this week. So I
know you're not a big Jalen Hurts fan. What I admire about this guy though is the poise that he has.
Yeah,
like he's a tough guy. He's not fazed by pressure.
Yeah,
like he's taking shots. He's getting in the mix. He's getting into a lot of contact for a quarterback. And there's never like a moment where it looks like, okay, he's struggling out there or something, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you're saying, if you want to get this guy rattled, it needs to be not allowing him play more comfortably on the run, because when he's running, he's a lot better. But like you're saying, from the pocket, no. So I agree. Some kind of plan to fence him in, like you're saying, if it's a slow rush, if they're running some games where they're saying, yeah, okay, Yannick Ngakoue, you can go with the inside move because a guy like Jefferson is going to be coming and looping around and having the contain rush, but you got to finish, because you see all these teams where it looks like they got him,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden he gets out. And like obviously the number one rushing quarterback in the NFL is Lamar Jackson. Okay. Mm-hmm. On QB runs, he has like I think almost 400 yards rushing. Okay.
Yeah.
But Jalen Hurts has over 300 yards rushing, and he has 5 rushing touchdowns, which is more than Lamar Jackson at this point. Equal amount of first downs. It's not the same, but it's as close as it's going to get in terms of like the NFL. Jalen Hurts, his rushing ability as a quarterback.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's definitely a huge problem, and we've seen this team struggle, man. Like, I'm sorry, Jacoby Brissett, like he kept the Dolphins in that game against this defense. They weren't able to stop him like later in the game, and it went to overtime when it really should not have gone to overtime. Yeah. And it was really Jacoby Brissett like making plays on 3rd and long, scrambling for a first down. Can't let Jalen Hurts do that. He's even better than Jacoby Brissett at it, so can't let him get into that.
Yeah, that's my point. Because like I said, he's a smart quarterback. I mean, he's a smart guy. He's not like a bad quarterback in that sense. I just think he's not comfortable in the pocket right now. Yeah. So that's where you want to keep him there, because he does bail clean pockets. He does. I think a lot of it is because he's shorter. And he's not the type of guy that's figured out how to find passing lanes while he's short. So he can't see. So if he really can't see the middle of the field like they want to and what they want to attack, he's got to get out of that pocket. So that's why you want to be able to slow rush him, and maybe even have like that type of spy rusher on him too as well, to make sure that he stays in the pocket. As if he tries to get out, you can hunt him down. So that's the type of thing that I think that game plan should be, because if you let him get out, you're right. I mean, he's gonna make some plays, but you just want to keep him in there, because right now he's not comfortable there. So
yeah. Last thing I want to say, I 100% agree with all that. But last thing I want to talk about is the talent at the skill player position for this offense. But I know you said they're young. I agree, they're definitely young. DeVonta Smith, he's a rookie, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. But Miles Sanders, he's a relatively young player in the NFL. Jalen Reagor, this is his 2nd year in the NFL. Dallas Goedert, I think he's maybe like 4th year, but he came from like a small school, so his developmental curve is always going to be a little longer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but these guys are all like 1st and 2nd round picks, and they're all young ascending players. You just look at DeVonta Smith; he's definitely their best receiver, easily. But then also Jalen Reagor, he's a dangerous guy. He's going to have a game where he goes off this year.
Yeah.
Like he's just too talented not to. It's not going to be consistent probably from Jalen Reagor at this point.
Yeah.
He's a big play waiting to happen. And then Miles Sanders also has had a lot of success so far. So I think that this is a solid group of skill position players. I wouldn't say that there's a weakness anywhere here. It's a pretty good looking group.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, they're just young. So, I mean, there's going to be some things they've never seen before. And I mean, they're still young players, and wide receiver, it is a learning curve, no matter how people look at it. I mean, or how good Justin Jefferson is, it's still a learning curve for the average wide receiver coming into the league. So right. You would expect some type of, learning curve from them. But when, the Raiders have a lot of more veterans on their side, especially with a lot of these guys coming in. I expect to see a lot of Desmond Trufant this week, more than they try to play into it. I think we're going to see a lot of him. And
they don't seem, just judging from like Richard Bisaccia's like tone, and body language when he was talking about Brandon Faison, he does not seem sold on Brandon Faison. Like he wasn't like, oh, we found something here. Like he wasn't like that. He was just like, no, Desmond Trufant's going to come in and play a lot of minutes.
Yeah. So I thought it was an interesting move, man, because kind of shows to me that they're trying to win.
I think there's also an element too of like a mind game here. Brandon Faison, oh, you're legit. All right, we're gonna sign someone else who's legit. Let's see who wins this battle in practice here. Like if you really want this, we're not just handing it to you. So it's pretty cool to see that. We'll see about Desmond Trufant. I haven't watched Desmond Trufant in like a few years, honestly. It's been like a while. I feel like he was hurt a lot recently, right?
Yeah, he's hurt a lot, but you
Okay.
know, he's still a veteran. You know, he can run. He knows that scheme. He ran it for like 4 years over at Atlanta.
With Dan Quinn. He knows the scheme, no question about it. Desmond Trufant. I'll be interested to see how much he gets out there. I'll definitely be watching him closely. Is there anyone else, any other signings that we need to talk about before we get up out of here?
DJ Fluker, the practice squad. He's on the practice squad for the right tackle.
So not activated yet.
Not activated yet. We'll see. I don't know what's going to happen this week. You never know.
Has Fluker played any games this year?
No, he has not. He was suspended for the first 6 games.
I see.
So, so that's really probably why he didn't have a job, because he was suspended for the first 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not a great right tackle, but he's better than Brendan Parker. I mean, that's kind of how I feel about it. And
he played for the Cardinals last?
Chargers, I think.
He played for the Chargers.
I think. Don't quote me on that. That's the last team I remember him on.
Tell me he's not the guy that Cleveland Farrell beats like a drum every time they go up. You know, like, come on. Like the only team that Cleveland Farrell's ever had success against was the Chargers. So that's not
because that was a left tackle. Not
left tackle. Okay. All right.
He plays guard and right tackle.
But so Max Crosby's definitely giving this guy work then, for sure.
Yeah. He probably has.
Let's keep it. All right. So, but we'll keep our eye on DJ Fluker. You know, it's definitely fluid at this point, but it looks like Brandon Parker is going to be the guy. I'm interested to see how it's going to work out. Josh Sweat, man, that was scary. Honestly, that was scary.
Yeah, man. He gave Mahomes. They gave Mahomes the business, man, for a minute. So, well, Fluker was on Seattle. He was in San Diego a long time ago, like 2016. So I'm way off.
Okay.
Seattle last year.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Baltimore last year too. Baltimore.
All right. Okay. I don't remember. I guess I remember Seattle. Maybe I can't remember, honestly. It's too many players to keep track of. I used to do a better job at this. All right. Well, that's it, Raider Nation. We appreciate everyone for tuning in, as always, to the Tape Don't Lie, Raider Nation film channel. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Myself at BD Williams 18, Marcus Johnson at the Mark John NFL. Also, make sure you go to Manscaped, get yourself a gift for someone, get yourself some, men's grooming needs. They have everything. It's not just clippers. They have some clothing options too. They got some, scrubs, all that stuff. So go to Manscaped, enter the promo code TDL at checkout for 20% off plus free shipping. That's it, guys. Raider Nation, we out.
We out. Peace.